What's good, everyone? Nightcage here. All right, man, welcome back. This is Infernal Legion Chronicles number 5, part 5. So we are now going to, I'm going to go through this relatively quickly because I don't want to keep you guys long. I know the previous videos have been really long. This is one of my favorite videos, though. This part is one of my favorites because I get to talk to you guys about what the Legion actually looks like, and this is one of my favorite things here. So the forces of the Infernal Legion, what is involved in the Infernal Legion? This is one of the things that I wanted to tell you guys about. So let me start it from here. The Infernal Legion, since the Armageddon campaign and since Abaddon's last crusade, not the one that we're currently in, but the last one, Angron has been busy building his Legion. And this Legion, they pretty much have their hands in everything. The Lords of Slaughter are strategic masters, and they are very, very intelligent individuals who run the Legion's command infrastructure. Now, again, if you guys remember from the last videos, the Lords of Slaughter answer to the Infernal Lords, which is Angron's demonic war council. Okay, they answer to them. There are 8 Lords of Slaughter and 8 Infernal Lords on the war council. Each Lord of Slaughter, of course, is in charge of his own battle company, his own great host. Okay, which leads me here. So the first option you're gonna see in the codex here, the Legion Exalted Champions. Now, the Exalted Champions are Chaos Lords, but they are lesser Chaos Lords, and they are lieutenants to the Lords of Slaughter. The Lords of Slaughter are the undisputed Exalted Lords within the Legion, and there is no one over them except the Infernal Lords. So under the Lords of Slaughter are the Exalted Champions. The Exalted Champions, they act as lieutenants to the Lords of Slaughter. So each Lord of Slaughter can take 3 Exalted Champions as his lieutenants. Okay, so now this is where this thing gets really, really unique, with each Lord of Slaughter being able to take Exalted Champions, 3 Exalted Champions, because those 3 Exalted Champions carry out that Lords of Slaughter, carry out his orders. So now, where this thing really gets unique is, okay, what the Legion actually looks like. So I say the Legion has their hands in everything because they actually do. So basically what Angron and his Legion has been up to lately, they have been going out and they have been trying to take as many planets, especially planets that lack technology. They have been going out and taking as many planets as possible, and in a lot of cases taking Imperial installations. For example, the Infernal Legion has its own Traitor Guard, and it has a very large Traitor Guard. I have also created characters within the Traitor Guard ranks. I have generals, I have captains, I have priests, slaughter priests, and the Dark Apostles pretty much run the Traitor Guard sections. So we also have our own Dark Reclusium and Slaughter Priesthood. That is also unique to the Legion. That is different. The Legion has this. The Slaughter Priesthood is in charge of ensuring that when blood letters arrive, they don't disappear very easily, and the Dark Reclusium is responsible for spreading the overall worship of Angron. So this is sending cults to planets and trying to infiltrate those planets and corrupt the politicians or the government officials or people in power to try to upset the infrastructure and break it down and ultimately seize control of it. Okay, before the Legion arrives, and when that plan doesn't work, one of the Lords of Slaughter will arrive in orbit and they will just kill everybody. So that's pretty much how the Legion tends to function. The other thing that the Legion has that's very unique is it has also corrupted Xenos species, many Xenos species that have not been introduced, for example, to the Warhammer universe. For example, we have the Blood Ogres, which I will show you a Blood Ogre kingdom called the Blood Tide Kingdom. I will show you guys a picture of that really quickly so you can see what the Legion's Blood Ogres look like. The Legion also has a cult sororitas as well. So here is a quick picture of what the Blood Ogres look like. Okay, and the cult sororitas right here, the Legion cult sororitas as well. So the Legion has been very busy corrupting sisters, corrupting traitor guardsmen, corrupting planetary governors, and so forth to its own end. Now, it turned out that's pretty awesome, because it turned out that keeping that dynamic in place, it was really interesting, because now we have this huge push with the fall of Cadia and now the fracture of Biltan that is coming, which is awesome because it shows like how it actually worked. It actually worked into this plan, because it shows how the Legion has been slowly building its momentum, taking little things so the Imperium doesn't really notice that these things are missing, or going to these backwater worlds where these Furrow Xenos lives and corrupting them and making them worship the Lords of Slaughter, or worship the Infernal Lords, and gobbling these resources up to be used by the Legion. And now it turns out that Abaddon is getting ready to make his big move, and Angron sees this as well. So now the Infernal Legion is starting to muster its forces to get ready to not only to take on Cadia, but to get ready to take a stab at Terra itself. So it actually worked out where my story, although I did this a year ago, as I was working on it, it is interesting because the story now fits right into this end times theme that GW is on, which is quite awesome. Okay, so let me move on forward here. All right, so that was the Dark Reclusium that I was just telling you guys about in the Slaughter Priesthood. Let's move on. So I want to say this, man. The Legion infrastructure, like the Legion still looks like the 30k Legion. I'm gonna say that because remember what I told you guys. When the World Eaters went into the warp after Horus's death, after Horus was killed by the Emperor, they did not turn in their war gear. So I used the Betrayal book as my rubric for building a traditional World Eaters Legion. So it's built on top of that dynamic. Okay, so of course I have the Demon Prince, the 3 Bloodthirsters, Unfettered Fury, Insensate Rage, and the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, right? Skull Taker and a Blood Throne, all the same. Legion Heralds, all the same. Here's the thing that is different. The Legion can take command squads, right? Now the command squads are made up of aspiring champions and a standard bearer, and they all can accept challenges. They also can take Terminator bodyguards. Now, of course, this command squad is attached to either a Lord of Slaughter or an Exalted Champion, and they have access to all sorts of war gear. Okay, and as well as transports. And the command squad can take Terminator armor. Okay, now into the next section, the Red Suns. Now, there can only be one Red Suns unit in each. There's only one Red Suns unit in each battle company. The Red Suns are unique. They are chosen. But these chosen are unique chosen because they can take Terminator armor, they can take Juggernauts, and they have access to all war gear within the Legion. And that includes them. They can be set up as special weapons teams, they can be set up as heavy weapons teams, or they can take all manner of close combat nastiness. Okay, then of course destroyer squads. The Legion has destroyer squads, and then we get to the Legion Terminator squads. Right now, this is where we get to something unique because this Legion, the Infernal Legion, has its own combat doctrines called Slaughter Scripts. Right, the Scripture of Slaughter. So the Scriptures of Slaughter, I basically roll a D2 or a D3 depending how many scriptures it is, and that is what that unit gets for the duration of the game. So for example, in this case, these scriptures of slaughter that Legion Terminator squads can take, they can take up to 3. They either will get Feel No Pain, or they'll get roll 1d6 and no mishap if they get the Legion Vets, or Masters of the Siege gives them Flesh Bane or Armor Bane. Okay, now another thing that is unique for the Legion are the Legion Possessed Terminator squads. Yes, the Legion can take Possessed Terminators. However, Possessed Terminators may not change their weapons. Instead, they use the Possessed rules. So they have Mass Mutation, Demonic Mutation, and so here is the chart for that. So that is the way that they work. They're just in Terminator armor. Of course, Red Butcher's standard for the Legion and the Red Butcher's special rules. And this is what the Legion is going to look like. So this is the picture I wanted to show you guys. This is how the Legion is going to look. I am going to paint the Infernal Legion in this way. So the entire army is going to be painted. They're going to have on brass, blood red, and white. So that is a good depiction of what the Legion will look like when it's all said and done, because I have a lot of painting to do. Okay, of course, I have a Legion Warpsmith Covenant. Now, the Warpsmiths are special in the Infernal Legion because they keep all of the war gear working, and they can be taken as a squad, not as individuals. I can take up to 3 in a unit. Okay. Dreadnought Talon. So here's another thing. The Legion can take a Dreadnought Talon of up to 3 Dreadnoughts. The Legion can take a Legion Contemptor Talon of up to 3 Contemptors. The Legion can take a Legion Hellbrute Talon of up to 3 Hellbrutes as well. Okay. Of course, they have the Reaper Weapon Batteries, and we get on to the Blood Crushers. Now, one of the things that is unique about the Legion, I went back to this. The Juggernauts now have their own stat line, and the Juggernauts can now fight back as well. Okay. Now, another thing about demons in the Legion. Here's another thing that is unique. I got to go back to the special rules and show you guys the special rules. All demons in this Legion have flaming attacks. They don't use the flaming template, but they get assault 2 fireballs that they fire, but they're only strength 3 and they're only in their ballistic skill 3. But they get to throw fireballs, so they actually have flaming attacks. I'm not going to get into that now because it's going to take too long, but I will explain that to you guys later. I have Furies of Khorne, and it is something that we play tested. Okay, Legion Berserkers. Now the Legion Berserkers are different. The Legion Berserkers are different. Of course, they can take the gladiatory weapons that the Rampagers had, but the Legion Berserkers, basically the Legion Berserkers are just like Death Company. I mean, they're practically identical to Death Company, and they can take Scriptures of Slaughter as well. But they're a lot more expensive. Okay, and now we get on to the Legion Tactical Squads or Chaos Space Marines. Okay, and they also have their own Scriptures of Slaughter. They can take Fury of the Legion, or they can take Run and Shoot, which basically means that that if they get that slaughter scripture, they don't necessarily have to snap fire their heavy weapons. They can actually move and fire their heavy weapons. Okay, then of course you have the Possessed Marines, which is the same as the Possessed Terminators. The only difference is one is in Terminator armor and one is in Power armor, but their rules are identical. They don't get any slaughter scriptures. Okay, then I have my Breacher squads. Right now, I want to point this out. There's something unique about the Breacher squads, and that is because the World Eaters specialize in ship-to-ship boarding actions. Right, that is what it specifically says. The World Eaters, they were masters of void warfare and ship-to-ship boarding actions and in planetary assaults. That is what the World Eaters specialized in. So the Breacher squads is the Breacher siege squads are units that you're going to see pretty prominent throughout the Infernal Legion. Of course, I have reconnaissance squads, which I have yet to use. All of those have their own Scriptures of Slaughter as well. Chaos Spawn. Now, here is a unique entry into this codex, the Blood Beast of Khorne, right? Which is basically a slaughter brew. But it has a very unique rule, which I created, and they are chaos mounts for exalted champions or lords of slaughter if they're crazy enough to get on one. And I've tried it before in one game, and because I made the Blood Beast so crazy, one of my exalted champions ended up getting killed. I'm sorry, I'm digressing. One of my exalted champions ended up getting killed, and then the Blood Beast rampaged across the battlefield and started killing my own berserkers. It was horrible. So I'm less likely to use these things. It was fun for the fluff though. Okay, of course, Blood Slaughterers, which the Legion can also take. So basically my codex is a blend of the Imperial Armor Lost in the Dam Codex, Chaos Space Marine Codex, and the Horus Heresy Betrayal book. The Legion can take bikers, attack bike squadrons as well, jet bikes, flesh hounds, land speeders. I'm gonna try to move fast because I'm at 16 minutes, guys. Okay, Legion Raptors, Warp Talons, okay, Legion Helldrakes, Legion Hell Talon Fighter Bombers, okay, and I have all of their weapons and special rules here. Okay, the Hellblade Fighters, of course, same thing, have all of the rules here. Storm Eagle Gunships, Fire Raptor Gunships, Legion Forge Fiend, Legion Mauler Fiend, Legion Defouler, Legion Soul Grinders, Legion Skull Cannons, Heavy Support Squad. This is a heavy support squad from the Betrayal book, of course. This is not a Havoc squad. Okay. Predator Strike Squadron. This is unique. This can be 1 to 3 Predators in a squadron. Of course, it gets really expensive. I did it before and it was almost 400 points. Okay. The Legion Land Raiders Battle Squadron, of course. The Phobos, Proteus, Achilles, the Standard Pattern, Infernal Command Tank, and the Terminus Ultra. Okay, Sakaran Battle Tanks, they can take. Legion Vindicator, Spartan Assault Tank, the Cassis Assault Ram, Obliterator Talon. This one is really unique. And again, we're gonna break these down all later. Right now, I just wanna skim through Decimator Demon Engines. Okay, and then we get to the Legion War Machines. The Legion War Machines are really unique. Legion Fellblade, the Legion Typhon, Heavy Siege Tank, the Legion Mastodon, which I just purchased one. I'm excited about that. Okay, the Legion Thunderhawk Gunship, Legion Thunderhawk Transport, the Legion Stormbird. Okay, the Legion Lord of Skulls, the Legion Chitin Demon Engine, right here, which I just made. I'll show you guys. Okay, the Legion Greater Brass Scorpion, which I also got. I'm excited about that. I didn't make the Tower of Skulls yet, but I also have Legion Tower of Skulls. This is what it looks like. I am planning on building myself one. The Legion Cannon of Khorne, the Great Cannon of Khorne, looks like this. This is from the old armor cast. I don't know if you guys have been around long enough if you remember that. And then the Cauldron of Blood, that is what it is. That is also from armor cast. Right? And that is it, guys. That is it. After this, we get into the Legion formations. So I wanted to just skim through that really, really quickly. And I know it was long, so you guys can get a chance to see everything that's in the book. The codex is slam packed with all sorts of shiny little goodies that I'm really, really excited about. So, all right, so I'm gonna stop it here. Long enough, 20 minutes. Man, this is a long video. Don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys for hanging in there. For those of you that hung in there for this very, very long video, I really appreciate it. Peace.